Okay, folks, it's time for assets and equipment and first due software. Waterbury Fire Department, Captain Partridge, Good Enough for Government Work Productions. Here we are. We're on the iPad. You've logged in. It comes to the map screen. Bottom right, you hit the menu button. Brings up the menu. You're going to equipment checks below the assets. It's in blue. It's highlighted blue because I've been doing a lot of work in that, and the program recognizes that, so it highlights it for me. Equipment checks, 3 below that. We touch that. It populates the equipment on the left and the different categories of it. So we're going to look down below equipment overview until we find air pack, and we're going to touch that. It opens up, you see it appears in blue, and I'm going to find an air pack that I'm using. I'm using air pack 22 today. Just like the apparatus checks, we have the ability to see the history of work orders or to create a work order from here. If we have to add something for a log entry, we can do that. We have the update record in service. If I touch that off, it begins a timer. If I turn that toggle off, it begins a timer of the total time that air pack has been out of service in its whole life. To make life simple, I'm not going to touch that and have something to delete later. It's an obvious thing. Beneath that, in the gray bar, is the checklists. You have a daily SCBA checklist and a monthly SCBA checklist, just like you've always had. On the right-hand side, you can hit a start check, and that will always be available at all times for the daily SCBA in case somebody comes in mid-shift or halfway through the shift, whatever, and they've got to do the SCBA again. So let's hit the button. Start check. Once again, just like the apparatus checks, there's multiple things that I can fill out here. I can say that everything's good by pushing the thumbs up button in the daily SCBA button bar there. And we go through and everything's good and we can submit it. If we find that there's a failure, low air alarm, for instance, won't go off. We've got a work order we can create, and it goes to BAMS. It already has its type. You can put in a summary of air leak, and description at bottle connection. And I can create it. So I create that. And the work order is available on the far right of that low air alarm line. You see it there. You can review it. Anybody who sees this air pack can see that there's something wrong with it. Say, hey, I'm not using that thing. Top right is the submit button. You touch that. You've got the fill in for your name. Sign your name or use the fill button, hit save, checklist submitted, done. And that's how you do an SCBA on the apparatus. Everybody's responsible for their own. Now the officer will assign who does the spare. Good luck to you.